My viewers, I welcome you all to my channel, Birasa Mike Archives. Hope you are doing well. This time round, I'm bringing you economics, and in this episode, we are going to look at what called break-even point and shutdown point of a firm. Those are two concepts. Usually, they disturb so many students of economics. Now, let us look at break-even point. What is break-even point? Break-even point of a firm is that point where a firm is neither making profits nor incurring losses. It is that point of a firm where the average costs are equal to the average revenue. So when a firm reaches that point, it means it can continue operating. Why? Because it is not making losses, and on the other hand, it is not making profits. In other words, it is earning normal profits. Remember, we said normal profits, those are the profits where the average costs are always equal to the average revenue. So that is break-even point of the firm. Once a firm reaches that point, it means it is not making losses, it is not making profits. So therefore, it can choose to continue operating. Then we have shutdown point of a firm. Well, shutdown point of a firm is that point where a firm can only cover its average variable costs. When I talk of the variable costs, I mean costs like those of raw materials, transport costs, costs that are meant. For example, we have wages for labor. Those are what called the variable costs. In other words, those are the costs that a firm incurs due to production process. As the firm is producing, it incurs such costs. So shutdown point is that point of a firm where a firm can only cover its average variable costs. In other words, at that point, the firm cannot meet all its total costs, but at least it can meet the average variable costs. And at such a point, that's where we shall say that the SC curve is equal to the AVC curve. The average cost is equal to the average variable costs. So in other words, at such a point, the firm is even incurring some losses. But there are reasons as to why some firms may continue operating even when they're incurring losses. Those are some of the reasons that I want us to look at. Reasons why some firms may continue operating or in the production process even when they're incurring losses, even when they reach the shutdown point. Reason number one, it may be a beginner firm. It may be a firm in its infant stage, having prospects of growth. So a firm which has just started can continue operating even when it is incurring losses, hoping for growth. Then reason two, it may be expecting to merge with other firms that are already making profits in the business. So a firm that is expecting merging with other firms, coming together, combining assets to form one firm, may decide to continue operating even when it is making losses. Then another reason as to why a firm may continue operating even when it is making losses, it could be fear of losing potential customers that the firm is already having. Some firms have made names. They don't want to lose their customers. So they fear to close down even when they are making losses. Then three, fear of losing sources of raw materials, more so cheap raw materials. A firm after sourcing raw materials from cheaper sources, it fears to lose such sources. So it tends to continue operating due to fear of losing cheaper sources of raw materials. Then another reason could be a firm may be having prospects of getting better quality management in the future to run the firm. So the firm may choose to continue operating simply because it is expecting to hire quality management in the nearby future. Then another reason as to why still a firm may continue operating even when it is incurring losses is simply one, that is fear of losing what we call skilled labor. Some firms have got highly skilled labor, and such labor is hard to get. So due to fear of losing skilled labor, a firm may be forced to continue operating even when it is at its shutdown point. Because we know that at shutdown point, a firm is supposed to close, but it may continue operating even when it is incurring losses due to fear of losing skilled manpower. So those are some of the reasons, plus other reasons, that we have managed to look at. And those are the reasons that can prompt a firm or can force a firm to continue operating even when it is making losses. Thank you so much for tuning in to my channel. Please endeavor to subscribe, recommend this channel to other students and other economists in Uganda and around the country. Thank you so much. Let us meet in our next video. Thank you.